As bad as we all thought the She-Hulk series was going to be for Disney Plus after the first bit of promotional material came out, I don't know if anyone expected it to be this bad. It is worse than people thought was possible. It is worse than what we saw in the trailers. Time and time again, we have seen Bruce Banner become a bitch just to be walked over. It's happening again in the She-Hulk series. And it's clear that this is a series that was made by activist women for activist women, not for anyone else. If you're a man, they despise you. That comes across crystal clear in the writing. And on top of that, the star of this series, Tatiana Maslany, has come out there and said a lot of things that people are taking issue with. Now, not only did she decide to do all of the promotional stuff using this virtue signal shirt that she wore, support trans futures, because she felt she needed to speak out against the parental rights and education bill in Florida, but now she's saying something that have people laughing and roasting her because this is ridiculous. She-Hulk star, there's a weird obsession with female Marvel heroes' bodies. Now, if we just go to this post here from my nerdy home, 371 likes, ratioed underneath right there. They are getting destroyed because of this article. 500 comments to only 168 likes. And the reason being is pretty obvious. Steph just pointed out here, I think she posted this as well. Double standards everywhere. You just had the last Marvel movie. They were obsessing over Thor's body, right? That this is a scene from that when Thor gets his clothes ripped off and all the women faint and they fawn over him and they lean in and they look at him when he's standing there naked. But yeah, the weird obsession must be over female superheroes' bodies. Couldn't possibly be anything other than that. And I think a lot of people in these comments probably said the exact same thing. Here's Lily. Yeah, so weird. Every male Marvel hero has some gratuitous shot with their shirt off. Like, that's not even, we're not even fucking around with this. That's obvious. You know that that's going to happen. And there's no problem with that because superhero, comic books, all these things, it's always been about very attractive people. They're not going to write a bunch of like very ugly looking, out of shape people as superheroes. It's not the case. It's not written that way. They don't look that way. Yet somehow this must just be a female thing, according to these perpetual victims, people like Tatiana Maslany and the entire She-Hulk team that truly think just existing as a woman is the hardest thing to possibly do. It comes out in the writing of the show. You can tell that clearly. They feel like they're accomplishing something incredible just by living as a woman. She-Hulk attorney and law actress Tatiana Maslany is calling out unrealistic body standards associated with being a female superhero. The star of the new Marvel series, which debuted on Disney Plus, addressed pop culture's infatuation with superheroes being super muscular, telling Entertainment Tonight she loves She-Hulk because she represents a different body and different perception from the outside. I think there's an obsession with the certain physique that goes along with these movies, says Maslany. I certainly fell prey to that idea, and I definitely don't think it's a thing we should be pursuing because it's just these weird standards that none of us can actually keep up on unless we're going to the gym 1,000 times a week. Funny, all the male Marvel superheroes go through these body transformations. They hit the gym. They have these diet and workout routines. They're probably getting juiced up. I think a lot of people just understand that as well. Yet at the same time, they do it. They do the work. They put in the work and they get jacked and they get ripped. But no, for women, that's an unrealistic standard to obtain. This is more about Tatiana Maslany. And yeah, like when you are playing a superhero, people are going to be critical of your body because it has to be believable that you could do something like that. Now, for her, it's different because she is a CGI monster, you know what I mean, when she does turn into She-Hulk. Normally, it doesn't matter. She can look like this and it doesn't matter. She doesn't need to bulk up. She doesn't need to do anything, right? She could just be her to play Jennifer Walters. That, to me, is really exciting conversation that can happen around this, which is, how do we look at somebody differently depending on the body they inhabit? She's very self-deprecating. She's got this kind of superhero thing on top of her. She's a very insecure person who's obsessed with her job and trying to pretend she's not a superhero. Maslany also recently bashed the trope of a strong female lead, saying it feels reductive. It's just shaving off all the nuances as much as a trope. It's a box that no one fits into. Even that phrase is frustrating, as if we're supposed to be grateful that we get to be that. What a joke. And again, like I said, rightly getting destroyed in the comments section, talking about how people are obsessing over Chris Evans. Even in this series, you're making jokes about Chris Evans, about Captain America, being a virgin, right? Oh, you're obsessing over his sex life. You're obsessing over him. Oh, that ass, America's ass. This is lines from the first episode of She-Hulk. Yet you're pretending like this is solely a female-driven thing because the people making She-Hulk, they fucking hate men. They truly do think that being a woman is just a daily struggle that's more important than anything any man has ever had to overcome ever. They are pathetic. That's why this series is a disaster, because it was written by people that aren't interested in captivating or entertaining a male audience. They just want, these 30-year-old lonely women just want to speak to other 30-year-old lonely women. That's it. That's who they made this series for. And I don't know if it's going to be very successful.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.